Hello and welcome to episode, I forgot what number it is.
98.
98 of the DaebakCast. This is a weekly podcast where the three of us come together each week to talk about K-pop and whatever's current in the industry. This week we're doing our favorite songs of the month of November, so look forward to that. And yeah, I guess that's basically the whole introduction. As always, I'm joined by Nate.
NCT, we all so sexy. NCT noise, you can't break me.
Why?
And then there's a Korean line that I'm going to skip. And then, bless me, a chew. Simon says, be cool. Don't be such a fool.
Why? Poetry. Alright, also, as always, I'm joined by Andrew, who usually has three things.
Number one, I went to PAX Unplugged in Philadelphia over the weekend. It was pretty fun. So the normal idea of PAX is that it's all like video game based, but PAX Unplugged in Philly it's all board games and card games. So it was pretty fun. I just spent most of the weekend or most of the day playing Magic the Gathering, playing the super. Basically, it's like high stakes. Think of it as like the high stakes poker version of Magic the Gathering, where I'm paying like $80 and $40 to play. But I made my money back essentially. I got a lot of good cards, and it was pretty fun. Yeah, especially for a first PAX experience. So I'm definitely gonna go again. Also, some people were suggesting to play either Keyforge, though Nate, you said it wasn't good.
I mean, the game itself's good, but I'm not gonna spend money on a weird.
And then another
like
person mentioned Seven Wonders to me.
Oh, Seven Wonders is great.
Yeah, he was just basically
drafting.
Yeah, it's just drafting. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna.
It was funny. I played it with my friends for the first time like a few years ago at Thanksgiving, and all of them had played a ton, and I'd never played before, and I kicked their ass.
Okay, calm down. We're not all magic savants, unfortunately.
Well, it's just like I know how drafting works, so I destroyed them, even though I'd never played the game before.
Okay. In more conventional, I guess, video games. We're quitting Truly Daebak, and we're starting an exclusively Pokemon Let's Go podcast because Pokemon Let's Go has because Pokemon Let's Go has slowly taken. Actually, no, it hasn't taken over your lives anymore because Nate is an insane person.
I'm already done.
Yeah, he's done. He completed a living Pokedex, which means he has every single of 151 all as separate Pokemon, and he has Alolan forms as well. So
yep,
I can't
like
do
158 or something.
Didn't go for Shiny Vulpix though, because it's too crazy.
Yeah, and I also didn't care about Meltan because it's not a real one. It's not a real OG Pokemon. So
it's still I like Meltan though it's gonna take months just to get the 400.
I'm not getting Melmetal, so yeah, I don't care.
And also I'm not.
Mew. I paid $50 for Mew at least. It's good enough.
And no, I honestly haven't used the thing like because it's
I used the whole time.
Oh,
played the whole game with it.
Oh, it was an alright. I mean, I like it as like a keychain sort of thing, but I mean, if I keep it on like my backpack and then start training, it's like whoops, my Mew. It's like imagine I had like Mew on there on that thing. And it's like it's gone because it died in the rain or whatever. So yeah, that's always the risky part. Jacob, I know you haven't been able to get back to it because college is destroying you right now. But
yeah, I'm currently like halfway through the game. I have 4 badges. Although once finals are over, I'm shredding through that.
Yeah, you're just gonna do like no life mode and just play it like nonstop, basically.
Pretty much.
All right, and to close out the three things, sometime last week, I believe, I watched a documentary called, or I've been on a just mountaineering / climbing documentary kick lately. I don't know why. Because I remember when I was in high school, I think I had a real obsession with just Mount Everest stuff, and I just look up really weird shit at like 2 a.m. But yeah, I recently watched a documentary called Free Solo. It was a National Geographic documentary, actually, and it's basically the story of this guy, Alex Honnold, and he went to Yosemite National Park in California and was able to climb like a 3,000-foot rock wall called El Capitan, no ropes, no harnesses or anything. Like I have a picture of it like right now on the screen. Like this dude's insane. Like it's basically like real life Breath of the Wild, where he's literally just like
That's
finding crack.
actually crazy.
Yeah, no, like the entire time I was watching that thing, like I could feel it in my feet, just like how high up he was. Like, I mean, I'm not necessarily afraid of heights, but doing it with no like safety equipment or rope or anything like that, oh my god, like he's insane. But no, but he's not doing it like on on first run or whatever. Basically, it's like a choreographed sort of thing where he's practiced over 2 years to memorize like all like the holds and everything and like what moves to do or whatever. It's insane. So check it out if you have it playing in your area, or just it'll end up on like I don't know, like Amazon or iTunes or something like that. It's definitely a good documentary worth checking out. And those are my 3 things. Actually, before I forget, we should probably start pimping this out, because I mean, one, we mentioned our Discord a lot. It's mucho lit, but one thing I think we should definitely start mentioning more is it's a really cool idea started by most of the Discord and Cooper and the rest of them. Is we've started our Truly Daebak playlist sort of thing. So basically, everyone in the Discord just suggests songs, and if it gets a certain amount of votes, we'll add it to like a communal playlist of K-pop songs. So it's a really cool idea. If you're interested in that sort of thing, definitely join our Discord for that.
Yeah, and also one thing to add about is it's completely like ran and handled by members of our Discord as well. Like, we're not even the ones who are managing it.
So that's pretty cool.
It's one of the first like things our community has done like autonomously, which I think is pretty awesome. Yeah,
we didn't have to shove it down there. We shouldn't have to shove it down their throats or anything like that. So that's pretty
basically
cool.
Yeah, I was kind of confused because I didn't check Discord for like 2 weeks because of vacation
just have like
holiday.
There's
and
a
then
new channel.
I looked at it and I was like, what is this channel and why is there just song names and lots of thumbs up? Eventually figured it out.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm Jacob. # no blow note. Let's get into the songs.
Yep. So I can't talk. Sorry about that. God, I hope I'm not getting sick.
Don't get me sick, please.
But first, we have past reviews. So we reviewed EXO's Don't Mess Up My Tempo, Gugudan's Act 5 New Action, KDA Pop Stars, Twice Yes or Yes, and 101's Power of Destiny. And then also, we plan on reviewing next week Mamamoo's Blues and Red Velvet's Really Bad Boy.
Oh wait,
so it's
blues? I thought it was like blue, like S or something. I never realized it was supposed to be blues this entire time.
I assume that's supposed to be blues.
I don't know. I thought they were trying to be like blue, like S. Like, you know how they add like S to, you know how they add S to like, I don't know, like fancy like tech stuff. It's like, oh, it's the S model or something like that. I don't know.
Andrew, are you using the slideshow?
Yeah.
Okay, it's showing. It must be Jacob still on the title screen. But yeah, so that's why those aren't on this list. Moving on to the first song. The first song is AKB48's Andrew Can Speak Moon Ruins.
Wakaria asu kute gomen. It's like something like sorry.
Sure. Yeah, something sorry. I got that part.
Yeah. One is like a really long. Okay. This is a No Way Man coupling song. And just because No Way Man, like the whole idea is it's members that were involved in Produce 48. This coupling song basically has everyone that didn't make top 20, or just didn't make it to the finale. So this Senbatsu includes Gotomoe and Murase Sae are the centers, and then there's also Chiba Eri, Kojima Mako, Mutotomu, Iwatate Saho, Nakanishi Chiori, Asai Nanami, Sato Minami, Motomura Aoi, Aramaki Misaki, Murakawa Vivian, and Yamada Noe. So basically just everyone that was in the show from the 48 groups. So I felt like I felt like they were trying to go maybe a bit more K-pop with this, honestly. It didn't necessarily feel like a traditional 48 group or AKP style song. Granted, they do try to do different styles for the coupling songs, so that could explain it. But yeah, I think it was pretty cool. Also, definitely the outfits didn't really seem as in line with what AKB48 usually does. Like freaking, like Murakawa Vivian, literally, she's like her entire existence is she has permanent like puppy dog eyes, and she's wearing like a girl crush outfit, which just blows my mind. Also, like Gotomoe, because she almost always has like bangs, and then in this one she actually has her forehead exposed, which is kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know
I
how
didn't
I
even
feel about it.
recognize her.
Yeah, she's unrecognizable without the bangs, but at least when I say Sai has like the same hairstyle most of the time.
Yeah,
she's
I instantly
she's
recognize.
doing really big things though. Like again, she's in all these like modeling like opportunities. She has her own fashion line and everything. Like she's definitely one of the like my popular or my favorites so far. That being, and also a really big change that I noticed is they're getting a lot more like solo lines, which again usually isn't a thing. That's usually mostly group vocals on AKB48 songs. So maybe they're trying to introduce that as an element of just okay, we're trying to highlight more of the individual members since pretty much everyone knows who these people are. It's very rare that you get a senbatsu where literally there's a group of people that know everyone in the group in every member. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad that they got the recognition and they got to do coupling songs as well. So, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Next, we have Amber's Countdown featuring London Noise.
Like we're pretty big fans of London Noise, and also I guess we're pretty big fans of Amber as well. But I'd say, for as enjoyable of a song it is instrumentally and just overall, it still kind of highlights Amber's sort of weakness in like lyricism and songwriting, because the lyrics are definitely kind of the weak point of this track, unfortunately. Like it sucks because I really enjoy the track and like the choreography is good and everything, but yeah, it's just maybe it's because I think even if I were able to divorce the fact that it's in English, like even if she sort of made it or adapted it into Korean, I still feel like the sort of like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 kind of would just get overplayed after a while. So yeah, that's the one thing I think. Yeah,
I think you're right as well. Like the lyrics are what kind of make it a little corny.
Yeah, that's the thing. You learn and you grow, but I feel like Amber's probably not gonna watch this, but I feel like she shouldn't be afraid to reach out to like help for either lyricism. Like she has a lot of good resources at SM, especially if they're willing to pay for these like films, even though she's like directing it herself, filming it in LA, getting all the choreography and doing everything herself essentially. Like if SM's willing to pay for it, I think she should reach out for the resources that way. That being said, I love the choreography. There's two pretty famous choreographers that are in the music video. There's Sora Yang, who does a lot of stuff for just on YouTube or whatever, and then there's Ellen Kim, who is one of the choreographers of KDA Pop Stars. So she has like she definitely has her circle of friends that she sort of relies on. But I feel like definitely don't be afraid to, like, there's a lot of good songwriters at SM, like a lot of good songwriters. So like, it shouldn't necessarily be an issue. And I mean, they could co-write it. Honestly, it doesn't have to be like either one or the other. Honestly, if she still wants to sort of have more of a creative involvement in the process, that sort of thing, just I'd see like outside help or just like help would, I think, help improve her music for me.
Yeah. Next we have AQUA's debut digital single Login. And I was just really happy to see Sua in this group because she is one of my picks for IOI. And she was in Produce 101 season 1. And she's been in a pre-debut group for like 2 years and they still haven't put out anything, so it's frustrating. The song's cute, I like it, but it's not like, didn't blow me away or anything.
Okay, so this is a debut group or project girl group based around the concept of like they're supposed to be idols and esports gamers as well, because the company that's forming the group is called AQUA, which is in charge of, they run the servers for Final Fantasy 14 and Dragon Nest over in Korea. So definitely seems to be like a big company, because especially Dragon Nest. It has Yoon Hye-sol, who was on Produce 48, who is most famously, she was the leader of Merikri, and she was also the main vocal of High Tension Team 1. Like you mentioned, there's members that were on Produce 101 and Mix 9. Also, apparently, this is the first of 2 songs that sort of like make reference or share similarities with Luna in terms of sample packs. Apparently, it has like the same sort of instrumental as Girlfront if you listen carefully enough. But normally, I guess just like the cutesy girl group chiptunes kind of gets overplayed, but at least it's kind of contextualized in this case because they're actually it's basically like formed by a video game company, so it makes sense for them to go for that kind of style. So and like I don't know, the music video is definitely low budget. You can tell it's kind of just like in weird sets, and like they're dancing in front of like the esports arena or something like that. I don't know. It's just a really, really odd concept, but we'll see how it goes. It's an interesting project group at least.
Yeah, so the song didn't like completely blow me away, but I thought it was pretty decent. The main thing of note is that I recognized Hayden from K-pop Star 6, and she was definitely one of the like standout contestants on that show. So I'll keep an eye out for this group.
Yeah, it seems like almost everyone was on some type of survival show prior to being a part of the project group. So I guess they're just trying to pick popular members.
Mm-hmm. Next we have Baikal's single album Beautiful.
I mean, I don't have much to say about the actual song. It's just, again, it's another interesting concept where I don't know if they're run by like a Russian company or in cooperation with a Russian company or whatever, but they're named after the oldest lake in the world in Russia, which is like Lake Baikal or something. And
Okay.
the concept is that they're supposed to promote in Korea and Russia at the same time. And I don't know if they were supposed to originally, they're all Korean though. I don't know if they were trying to look for like Korean or Russians, like talent, and then have them like learn Korean and then have them be part of the group, which is why they were going to co-promote in Russia and Korea. But I have no idea. It's just one of the weirdest concepts I've heard of lately, honestly. Some were formerly on Produce 101 Season 2. And apparently they already performed in like America. They performed in Houston already. So I don't know. They're definitely
weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's kind of
Like,
I guess they're.
It's
Go ahead.
Russia is also kind of a weird pick because I think of Russia personally as like a European country rather than Asian country.
Yeah, even
like
though most of it's in Asia.
Most of the land mass is in Asia,
but
yeah, most
exactly.
of the people live in Europe.
Most of the people are
like
in
where
Europe,
are they gonna
yeah,
promote like Siberia?
Oh hey, no, there's Vladivostok, which is the system. Remember that NGT48 music video where they're in Russia?
Yeah, that was a weird one.
Because apparently they're sister cities. That's what somebody commented. But yeah, I don't know. Like, and I know Russia kind of has like a big K-pop fan base, so maybe that's why. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely an interesting. And I've never heard the company that's sponsoring or in charge of them is literally called Baikal Entertainment. So they definitely just did it for this group. So I really don't know what's going on here.
Mm-hmm. Next we have Bambi's single album Pinocchio with the title track Seize the Day.
We covered her in September because she released a song called River Run, which I completely loved. And this I was completely in love with as well. Just there's a really unique raspiness to her voice, which works really well with this like trap R&B style. So yeah, I've listened to this a lot, honestly, and I can't wait to hear more from her.
Yeah, I really, really like the vibe of this, especially the instrumental that is in the intro right before her singing like comes in. Also, I do like how much thicker, I guess, the instrumentation gets as soon as she starts singing. I thought that was really interesting. But yeah, overall, it's very, very, I guess, vibey. Like lo-fi hip hop, I guess. It's pretty good. I like it.
And that's coming from someone that normally hates trap beats.
Yeah, well, again, I just don't like it because it's so overused. But like if it's used, like not overly liberally,
tastefully.
like
yeah, it's very tasteful in the song.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Next we have Celeb 5's digital single Shutter featuring AQUA. And I just like, why are comedic songs so good? They're just always so good in K-pop. Like all those shows from like Infinite Challenge and stuff are just amazing.
AQUA's intro is amazing. It's like perfect.
Yeah. Oh, I will repeat it. It's like, because it's supposed to be like, the intro is supposed to be like, oh, they're at an award show or whatever. Yeah. They're like Twice, Mamamoo, Red Velvet, Jennie. They didn't even do Blackpink. They just did Jennie. Oh, yeah. I felt so bad. Rip Blackpink. But the funny thing is that they're supposed to be a comedic group, but they're like, they don't half-ass this at all. Like they go all in on like the retro like vibe and
choreography too.
Instrumental. The choreography is so good.
It's so extra.
Like Like they're so clean.
Yeah.
They're so clean. They're probably dance better than some K-pop groups. Honestly, just in terms of like how cohesive they are. But if you're kind of wondering why they're called Celeb 5, but there's only 4 members. Kim Young-hee graduated with honors.
Yeah, I love that they said that. I love the press release said that she graduated with honors.
Oh man, yeah.
It's amazing.
So yeah, besides that, like, I love everything about this song. I love the fact that the style of camera filter that they use makes it look like an actual like 80s style music video. I love that the stage that they're on is kind of like the old music shows that they had back in the 80s and 90s, and like they committed to the aesthetic and they pulled it off so well.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, they could somehow sneak their way into our like best new female like artists or best they could sneak their way onto
5 wins that. I honestly wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad honestly, just because like we need more of this. Honestly, we need more like good comedic like K-pop groups like this.
Yeah, it's so good.
Honestly, like the biggest strength is just like how good they nail the 80s aesthetic. Like they like pull no stops here. Like it's just, or I guess they pull all the stops here. But yeah.
You know where that phrase originates from? Actually, it's from like
What?
like old school like organs. If you want like to I don't know, hit like a high note, you have to. There's stops or whatever which control like the pipes and everything. So that's why they're pulling out all the stops.
Pulling out all the stops. Yeah.
I only found that out a couple of years ago actually, and I've been saying pulling out all the stops like for years.
Yeah. Okay. Next we have Cloudian's song New Vision.
Okay, not everything we cover on here is K-pop necessarily, and literally all I have to explain for this song is it's basically Korean goth prog metal. Like I don't know, I really don't know how to explain this necessarily, but like they're wearing guy liner, they have like vests and like metal t-shirts and everything, but they have sick like bass and like this like awesome like synth line, which is where I really get the prog feel from. I really enjoyed it. I love finding this type of music whenever we look through the releases list every month, because it's cool to see sort of just like the different genres you end up finding.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite songs of the month, honestly. Like I just
wow.
I love seeing this kind of stuff just out of like just coming out of Korea, just because it's so unexpected, I guess.
Yeah.
Like this does sound just like something that we'd hear on like like Octane or something on XM radio. Like it's, I don't know, I really enjoyed it. The MV is pretty low budget, but I can look past it because I really like the song.
And also they definitely seem to be like a less pop. They only have like 582 views, so definitely we need to get their name out there because they're awesome.
I wasn't a huge fan of the singing, so.
Oh, I love this style of singing though, because it's kind of like because before I sort of ventured into like proper metal, like this type of like sort of clean vocal type of like metalcore is what I was really into. So yeah, it's definitely got a nostalgic aspect for me.
It's like the way I would describe this kind of singing when I've talking to somebody else is like, the type of singing where they pronounce my like my.
Basically, yeah, that kind of finds its roots in punk, where you're just pronouncing shit weird. So yeah, and as I grew up on punk, so yeah, that's definitely something I enjoyed.
Next we have Crush Stiddle single "Lay Your Head on Me," and this is a really really good song. It's sappy, but it's that like good kind of sappy. That's just like it's just really good to listen to, and the music video looks great. Like, when you think Crush English debut, the last thing you'd probably think of is, oh, he's gonna do like an Ed Sheeran style acoustic ballad. Like honestly, when I first heard that he was doing an English song, I thought, okay, he's gonna do like his typical sort of like R&B style, but this works well, and his English pronunciation is really good as well. So I wouldn't mind seeing more of this from Crush. It's a really nice change of pace.
Yeah, so like honestly, like I really did like the song, but honestly my favorite part of this was the music video. Like it's super super simple and like not super high budget, but like it really is pulled off well. Really nice camera shots, really nice color correction and stuff like that. I have no idea where this was shot. Like it looks like the Adirondacks, but
Yeah,
I'm sure it was filmed in Korea.
Does Korea have like mountainous regions like that, or they kind of look like Pacific Northwest?
They have mountains.
Okay.
They have mountains, I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
Also,
it looks exactly like how the Adirondacks looked when I was
or just
driving
like
down to New York
Pacific
City
Northwest, like Washington State sort of area, maybe.
Yeah. Well, again, what I was thinking was it looks like the Adirondacks of like exactly where I was like driving through to get down to New York City when I was going down to see Hyoko
Okay,
with
so
you.
near like Lake George or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you on that.
North of that, but yeah. Exactly.
Also, I like how the music video is literally just like credits of him just like thanking like random people. It's like thanking like Fancy Child and like all his friends or whatever. So that's pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, I'm convinced. Like I think I looked at the credits for like the songwriters or whatever. I think they're either like Filipino or Filipino American. Like Garibay and Padilla sound like Filipino last names to me. So I don't know. Maybe just sort of. Maybe some people like he's working with amoeba culture, just maybe some people here in America that he hooked up with. So that's pretty cool. And he recently had a US tour, so that's probably why he decided to debut an English song. So yeah, cool idea.
Next we have D Crunch's mini album M1112 with the title track Stealer. So this is like a Monza X style hype song. I thought it was like really good. There's a really good string part. And I really liked the flashlight choreo. It was like really unique. Really the only thing they needed to work on I thought was like their singing could use some work. But overall I liked the song a lot. And I was really impressed with it.
Yeah, I think that orchestra section during the chorus is what made it stand out above being like a standard like generic sounding boy group song, because there's a lot of this, but yeah, definitely that instrumental helped put it over the top for me.
On top of the instrumental, I did really like that as well. The hook is super super catchy, which I was kind of surprised by because I believe we covered their debut and I wasn't super blown away by that.
I didn't like their debut.
I thought this was really great. I hope they continue with something more of this style in the future.
Yeah, they definitely have something with this style.
Anything else?
Nah, good.
Nope. Okay. Next we have Donka's pre-debut single Nam.
Oh wait, we skipped something.
Oh, I skipped Dean. Sorry. Next we have Dean with Dayfly, digital single featuring Sully and Rad Museum.
Should we just let Jacob go? Should we just let Jacob go first? Because that's his bae is alive.
Yeah, no, for real. Sully was my FX bias. So when she turned insane, that was sad. But no lie though, this is I like this song a lot. Andrew might kill me for saying this, but I actually like this better than Instagram. So yeah,
I know I won't kill you for that. Honestly, I might actually like this better than Instagram as well.
I really like the laid back vibe. It's super. It's just really nice, easy listen.
And Sully definitely adds a really nice balance to it as well. I mean, Rad Museum less so because his voice is kind of similar to Dean a bit, but still a really good feature. And that's a constant contributor. One thing I don't like though is when Dean put out Instagram like last December, he put out all these like behind the scenes or like interview videos where he was like, my album will be out by the second half, before the second half of 2017. It's literally December 3rd, right? Where's the goddamn album, Dean?
December 3rd, 2018.
Where are you hiding it? 2018. Yeah. It was supposed to be out by now, but I don't know. It's weird that it took him this long. It basically took him almost a year just to put out 2 singles. Like,
spoiler alert, there is no album.
If there is no album, I'm gonna be really sad. I know he's just been busy like doing stuff in like London. He's collaborating with a lot of like English artists and everything. But anyway, again, as for the actual song, I love it. Obviously, I love Dean. It's definitely along those same lines as Instagram and his cover of Dante's Creek. He's definitely sort of making a transition away from the style of R&B that he was doing on his first mini album release. So it's fine. I like to see his evolution, honestly, and I that's why I want to see an entire album of this potentially, or just want to see where he goes with a full album of this different style compared to what he's done before. So yeah, I really hope he gets it finished soon, and yeah, because he's still really high quality, and I'm sure this song is going to blow up in Korea because, well, granted there's the Sully factor, so I don't know if I know they hate her over there.
Yeah,
basically.
Korea is like weird about Sully. They're like, why is she eating her cat? Why doesn't she wear a bra?
I don't know, but she makes good music, so who cares, I guess. But and obviously Dean's a monster in Korea, so we'll see.
Yep.
We'll see.
Yep. Next is Donka's pre-debut single "Nam," which is just you, Andrew.
Okay, so I enjoyed this just because it kind of gave me 17 like Aju Nice sort of vibes, like a really funky guitar sort of thing. So
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I'll keep track of them when they make their proper debut. But this song was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Next we have Dreamcatcher's Japanese single "I Miss You." It's pretty much what I expected from Dreamcatcher's Japanese release. It's anime.
It's an anime. It's literally an anime song at this point.
It is the most anime intro-esque song that they've released yet, and that is a high
Which is
bar.
saying
to set.
something.
Yeah,
That's high
exactly.
bar for a group that literally makes nothing but anime songs. Oh man! But seriously, at this point, like, why hasn't any production studio contacted them to do an anime opening? Because literally, like, you know how much anime comes out per season? Like, there's probably like 50 shows. Not even joking. There's probably 50 shows that come out like every season. It's so hard to keep track. Like, at least one of those has to be like, we probably need an intro song. Like, maybe they'll do the
Honestly,
second opening for Zoids or something after that one guy's done doing it.
Honestly, I think Dreamcatcher has a huge advantage over a lot of Japanese groups in that, like, their choreography is ridiculous. So, like, they have the, like the J-Rock anime opening-esque feel. Like J-Rock light, I guess, kind of, into pop, kind of, on top of having really amazing choreography. I think they could become really popular in Japan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's definitely why they're making their move over there, because I think they want to
honestly,
strike while the iron's hot.
I'm surprised they hadn't already.
Mm-hmm. Next we have Dream Note's debut single album Dreamlike with the title track Dream Note. And for me, this, like, I don't know how I feel about the song. Like, it's all over the place, using just like cliches in my opinion. So it was a little too much for me. I did like the sax part. I think like the perfect example, or like the top Reddit comment is exactly why I don't like it. But yeah, they said it's got classic pop styling with surf guitar licks, cheerleading, a reggae breakdown, and a saxophone solo.
They're just like, trying.
They love it. And it's the reason I don't like it.
Yeah, they're basically, like, you know how we often say with albums, with debut girl group albums especially, the songs sound different most of the time because they're trying to throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. It's like they're trying to throw everything at the wall, but it's all in one song, and they're all trying to make it stick all at once, basically. I mean, yeah, it's good. It's all right. It's just, again, there's a lot of stuff like this already, so they're going to have a really hard time standing out if that's all they're offering, honestly. And I'm kind of over like the girls of the Dream Note, like all the yelling sort of stuff. He's kind of just like, it's just kind of obnoxious at this point. But that makes it, it's not that bad. Like I do enjoy parts of the singing, and obviously the sax part is a huge plus. But yeah, they need room for improvement, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Next we have Drunken Tiger's full-length album X Rebirth of Tiger JK with the title track Mantra, and he's killing it.
So good.
It's so good.
I thought the last one was supposed to be the last album. That's what they said, right? I thought they released an album earlier this year and they're like, yep, that's it for Drunken Tiger. But this one magically came out for whatever reason. I don't know. That being said, yeah, he obviously loved Tiger JK. It it really just dawned on me that he's the RZA of Korean hip hop when you really think about it. Just like super OG, just like especially and has a similar sort of style and flow as RZA does. So yeah, he definitely has the credentials. So if it's the last one, yeah, they definitely hopefully they'll go out on a bang with this. And
RZA's New York, right?
Yeah, I mean, all Wu-Tang Clan's from New York.
Yeah. Which is interesting because Tiger JK, like, he came up in more like LA, which is kind of interesting that he's more similar to like a.
There's a lot of people.
I guess the comparison is to a New York rapper.
There's a lot of people that because for those that aren't familiar with like the history of hip hop, there was a really big like thing with like the East Coast hip hop versus West Coast hip hop and styles and like gang sort of things. So like a lot of people they wouldn't fuck with East Coast people and they wouldn't like vice versa or whatever. But there's a lot of people nowadays that just have an appreciation for both. So I mean, I'm probably sure he just grew up like listening to everything. So I mean,
honestly,
everyone's
this
just
is like
hip-hop
classic
fans.
Drunken Tiger, like
Definitely.
straight up. Like this reminds me a lot of what's it called? I think it's called Monster. Is their like main like really popular song, and this is like just straight up just like classic hip hop. It's just exactly what I want out of a song with the artist named Drunken Tiger.
Yeah.
Instead of versus like Tiger JK or MFBTY or whatever. Like it's just perfect. The music video is really cool as like a Back to the Future theme.
His music videos are always so funny and interesting.
And again, it's just straight up like raw hip hop, old school hip hop, which is exactly what I love to hear. So
yeah. I was thinking like I kind of feel like we should have reviewed it, but then I just looked it up and it's 30 songs. It's a double album. It's 2 CDs.
And I'm going to download that tonight. And I'm probably gonna, since we're not reviewing it on the show, I might just write up a review.
Just tweet it out.
Yeah, it's.
God, and I thought Drake had problems like editing down his albums. 30 songs, Jesus Christ!
It's 2 CDs of 15 songs each. So, yeah, that's a thing. And speaking of, we also have another Drunken Tiger song, "Timeless," featuring RM from BTS. Yeah, this is also just as good. I love this style. It just, I don't even know how to describe it. It's amazing.
I just think it's really cool that Rapman got to collaborate with Tiger JK, because Rapman definitely has a really big appreciation of like the history of hip. Yeah, he knows his history, so I'm sure this is like Tiger JK was probably like an idol for him growing up, probably. So just for him to collaborate, that's awesome. Also, and again, just like I really love Rapman when he taps into that like old school 90s boom bap feel, and that's perfect. That's a perfect collaboration, because like that's what Tiger JK basically made his name off of, just like this old school boom bap type stuff. So yeah, this is a really awesome collaboration. I wish. I know this isn't really BTS's shtick, but I really wish they'd incorporate more of this style of hip hop into their music. For real. Because you know how awesome it'd be? Like, again, with how many good rappers they have in BTS, and it's like with Rapman leading the way, especially.
So, I'm not a huge fan of J-Hope's voice, but I think it would be perfect for this style, like his style of rapping and his voice. So, like, I feel like, or maybe if they make like another cipher or something, do it like this style. It'd be so cool.
Why? I'm surprised they haven't really done a boom bap cipher yet. Like that kind of seems like a no-brainer at this point, but I don't know. Well, big hit, get back to us. We literally giving you free ideas right now. So,
yep. So
side
this,
note. Oh, okay. If you're not done, go.
Oh.
Keep going.
Well, like this is probably my favorite song of the month. Like for real, I really, really, really love this. Like, it's just, again, raw, like, hip-hop rap. Like, it came out so good. Tiger JK, his flow is amazing. RM's verse on it is really awesome as well. Speaking of which, like, since RM has already done, like, a couple collaborations with MFBTY at this point, I want to see him on an Epic High track at some point.
Yeah, we've been clamoring for that forever now.
I'm surprised that hasn't happened.
Yeah,
and to be honest, maybe he has been on a couple tracks that just never made onto an album or something. Like, who knows? But like as he said, like Epic High is the reason that he got into hip hop in the first place. Like, he was impressed by Fly, but yeah, like this song was incredible. The beat is freaking like dirty, like for real. It's so good. And another thing, I really, really like the illustration that's on the...
I have the art up on the screenshot.
Yeah, it's awesome. That on the lyric video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I was gonna say, side note, one of the songs is featuring Kim Jong-kook, Haha, Sexi's, Eunji-won, and Defcon.
Yo, it's literally all the old school guys.
Well, no, it's just all the, like,
comedians.
They're all, like, Eunji-won, they're all variety people now,
Yeah.
so it's probably ridiculous. Also,
That's funny.
Super B is on one song, so boo. Boo Super B.
Fuck Super B.
I don't think anything is going to beat BTS again. Like,
no, I don't know.
Or
I don't know.
maybe Love Scenario if they factor.
No,
in
this is
what
the
Korea
one
thinks.
category I think Love Scenario might win. But again, would they want to give a day song to a group that's not attending though? That's a huge question.
Yeah.
The thing is, they
Yeah.
probably did.